Are you a parent and you do not want to wait until their mock exams for them to start practicing their essay writing? And does your teenager really struggle with spelling, punctuation and grammar and just structuring their essays in general? Here are my top 3 workbooks and guides that you can purchase for your teenager to develop their essay writing. Hi guys and welcome. This is Natalie Charmer from Charmer Tuition. I hope you guys are all well and you're having a fantastic day today. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel and click on that notification bell so you'll be the first ones to know when I have my next video. So I am looking at which guides and workbooks you can purchase for your teenager if you want them to do that much needed practice before their mock exams comes up and the GCSEs next year, because even though it looks like we've got time, we really don't have time. And sometimes these workbooks and these guides are really helpful for them to get into much needed practice, because perfect practice makes perfect. Always remember that. So I'm going to go through my top 3 workbooks and guides that you can get specifically to improve your teenager's essay writing. So number 1, we have these guides, CGP, and it is the GCSE Spelling and Punctuation and Grammar Guide. Now, I use this guide quite a bit with my students online when I'm tutoring them and when I used to be in the classroom. And the good thing about these guides is very easy, and it helps your teenager to become more independent with their studies, and they can actually go through the guide on their own. And it has a really simple index, and this would really go through the key components of spelling, okay, of punctuation, of grammar, and it gives you a little mini exam at the end, so it can help them just test their knowledge and answer some questions, and then they can check the answers. Or if you wanted to check the answers, that is perfectly fine as well. But I would say this is ideal for the exam board, AQA and EdXL, I believe. So I would highly recommend this, and this will be really useful for your teenager for their spelling, punctuation and grammar. And I know in the GCSEs for English, they would need to work on their spelling, punctuation and grammar, especially for some English literature questions, especially Macbeth. They get marked on spelling, punctuation and grammar when they're doing their essay writing. And for the English language paper 1 and 2, where question 5, they will also be marked on their spelling, punctuation and grammar quite heavily. Number 2, now this is the same publication, CGP. This is a writing skills guide that can help them just go through their writing specifically. And how it works, where it's a bit different to the spelling, punctuation and grammar, is it goes through the different writing frames that they use in school. I know a lot of them is very different. It's point, evidence, explanation, detail, etc. So they use different ones. And what I really like about this one, it goes through the basics at the top in the introduction. So stuff such as, English language reading questions, English literature essays. So this is covering English literature and English language. So right, and last but not least, my third one is, it's my book, okay? So this is a spelling, punctuation and grammar guide, okay? A guide for busy parents and teenagers. And the reason why I recommend it is because I put a lot of thought on what I was going to put into it, and I wanted to make it really basic. And you might think to yourself, well, my teenager already knows the basic spelling, punctuation and grammar, but you'll be so surprised that it just goes out of the window when they're in exams, and they completely forget. And even when they're practicing, when I have my students online and I'm practicing some essay writing with them, they completely forget the basics, just their adverbs, their verbs, their, adjectives even, okay, a noun phrase, okay, how to use a semicolon correctly. The good thing about this guide it's on the go, and you can read this on the train, bus, whether you are, having a long journey on the weekend, and you can have a quick read of this, and this is really easy. And also, so it's got spelling, it's got details about spelling and how to improve their spelling, and then punctuation, just the main punctuation that they should use, okay? And then I move on slowly to grammar, and then I talk about the basic grammar, and also a little bit more advanced grammar that your teenager might have forgotten. Just the basic grammar would be the 8 parts of speech. They tend to forget that completely. And that's really, really important, especially if they need to just write a simple sentence or simple paragraphs, just because they get marked heavily if there is errors in their spelling, punctuation, and grammar for their creative writing stories, for some questions in the English literature paper that they need to answer as well. And then at the back, there are some quizzes covering everything that they've read. And there's 2 quizzes at the back, and then they can answer the quizzes. And there's answers at the back as well for the quizzes, okay? So that is a quick guide, and that will be a go-to guide for basic spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Highly recommend this. If you go to Amazon for all these 3 guides and booklets, if you go to Amazon, and you can access them on Amazon and purchase them on Amazon, I will leave a link in the description box below for all 3 of them. And thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed me sharing these resources and the best guides to get when it comes to their essay writing and improving their essay writing for English language and English literature. And if you know of any other guides that I haven't mentioned, please leave a comment down below and hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you let me know if you really enjoyed this video. The more people that like and subscribe, the more families that I can help when it comes to their GCSEs and when it comes to GCSE English literature and language for year 7 and up. And remember guys, reach your full potential confidence, take care, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!